came very eager to learn Islam. So a number of delegations came with the sole purpose of learning Islam, spending time to memorize the Quran, to study fiqh, and to ask some very interesting questions. And perhaps the most interesting question that was ever asked was from the tribe of the Himyar, the Himyarites, and the Himyar are one of the tribes of Yemen, and it is a very famous hadith narrated in Bukhari and Muslim, which has generated a lot of commentary in the books of theology, and I'm just going to reference it now without going into the theological tangents. And this is the hadith of Imran ibn Husain, that Imran ibn Husain radiallahu anh was saying that when I was sitting in the masjid, a delegation came, firstly from Najd, which is up north, before the Himyarites from down south, the Bani Tamim. The Bani Tamim are the Tamimis from up north. And they came announcing Islam. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Abshiru, I give you good news, O people of Tamim, meaning you've accepted Islam. I give you good news, meaning of Jannah. Give glad tidings, Abshiru. The people from up north were considered to be crude and harsh Bedouins. This is the up north, generally speaking. From the Hijaz was considered to be the more cultivated of Arabia. And so the people up north were considered to be the more Bedouins. And this is where most of the Ahzab also came from, and other problems came from up north. And so when the Prophet ﷺ said, good news, rejoice, they understood good news means you're giving us something good. That's the only reason we'd be happy, giving us money, basically. So they said, قَدْ بَشَّرْتَنَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ فَأَعْتِنَا. You're giving us good news, so give us then the money. Right? They only understood good news to be money. So the Prophet ﷺ was silent, he didn't say anything. Then as he's waiting there, and this shows us his adab as well, that when somebody misunderstands and they're being crude, just ignore them. Don't have to get down to their level. And as they're waiting there, the Himyarites arrived. The Himyarites from Yemen, down south. And they arrived, and the Prophet ﷺ, and they also announced their Islam. The Prophet ﷺ said that, O people of Himyar, accept the good news, since the people of Bani Tamim did not accept it. Right, you get a double good news, right? Accept the good news, since the people of Bani Tamim did not accept it. So they said, we have accepted this news, meaning thank you, we accept this good news, and we have come all the way from Yemen asking you about this creation, and how did Allah create it, and how did it all begin? This is a very deep theological question. How did the beginning come about? Right? Tell us about the beginning of creation. So you can tell these people from Himyar are very deep philosophical minds, if you like, for the time. They're wanting to ask of the greatest questions imaginable, and that is, tell us about the beginning. How did it all begin? And Imran ibn Husain is narrating the hadith, and he said that the Prophet ﷺ said, كَانَ اللَّهُ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ قَبْلَهُ شَيْءٍ. There was Allah and there was nothing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He then created the heavens and the earth while His throne was on the water. Now pause here. So all of this shows, and I said this a few weeks ago as well, that the heavens and the earth are not the only creation of Allah, because the hadith itself says, He created the heavens and the earth, وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. So there's arsh and there's ma. There's things before the creation of this world. And that's the point of many of our scholars, such as Ibn Taymiyyah and others, who said that Allah has created other creations other than this creation. This creation around us is not the only creation. And this hadith is one of the main evidences that is used, and that's a whole different tangent. Now, getting back to this hadith. So the Prophet is telling them, Allah did this and Allah did that. Then Imran ibn Husayn said, as I was sitting there, somebody yelled out to me in the masjid, "O Imran, your camel has fled." So Imran rushed out of the masjid, because your camel you tied outside the masjid. He said, I saw my camel fleeing in the desert and I ran after it. Neither did I get the camel, nor did I catch the hadith. How I wish now I had let the camel go and finished that hadith. How we wish as well he had let the camel go and got the hadith, because the delegation went back to Yemen and they did not narrate to us the books of, they did not become scholars of hadith. Imran is a Madani, he's an Ansari. He did not finish the hadith for us, for a wisdom known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.